That's
June
good right
5th, 1924. At the tender age of 92, thank God, I worked for Stan Lee in the 40s and 50s. My first job was working on Captain America doing backgrounds.
That's amazing.
As Jack Kirby and Joe Simon left for DC Comics, I was considered myself blessed to get a job there at the time.
Now, did you think Captain America was going to be as big as he was?
I didn't think anything except I had a job and I was young and my country was in deep trouble.
And what year is this we're talking about? What?
In the 40s. I got the job in 1942, Columbus Day.
Yeah. Wow, Columbus Day. So is Columbus really important to you then?
Well, I didn't want to go. My dad said, go now. I said, gee, Dad, it's a holiday. They could be closed. I don't know what I was afraid of, but I don't know whether I was afraid of rejection, but I went anyway. He won, and I got the job. Don Rico, who drew Young Allies, came out, took my work, came back in about 7 or 8 minutes and said, you're hired.
Wow, it's amazing. So let's break it down. How many different comic book heroes have you worked with besides Captain America?
Well, I've worked on Human Torch. I've worked on Submariner. I've done. They gave me the assignment of working on the Patriot, which died at the end of the war.
Yeah.
And I've done whatever Stan Lee threw at me. I did war stories, romance stories, Western stories. Whatever, that was popular. Yeah.
This is your pride and joy, was Captain America, huh?
Look at the crowd. I feel blessed. I really do. I really do, because this to me is a sign of God. I'm not a holy roller.
No.
I'm not a holy roller. But I say, look at this wonderful crowd of people.
I mean, they
waiting.
love. Does he do amazing work or what? I mean, look at this stuff. You are a great artist.
Thank you so much.
And then working with Stan Lee, how was he to work for? Was he hard? Was it easy?
No, Stan Lee was a year and a half older than I. I was 18, I think, 19 and a half. And when Stan Lee made Marvel Comics. How did he make Marvel Comics? He was a showman. And I'll never forget, when I got the job, I didn't see Stan. He was in the service. He came back about 2 weeks later, and he walked behind his Uncle Robbie, they called him, because Uncle Robbie was a brother-in-law to Martin Goodman, the publisher. And Stan walked behind Robbie Solomon, who was breaking him in as editor. And unfortunately, Robbie Solomon died at a very young age, but nobody ever walked behind Stan Lee again.
Yeah, he was a great man. And if everyone's tuning in right now, I'm talking to Alan Bellman, artist behind Captain America, Human Torch, Submariner. Let's see who else we got. Human Torch, Captain America. I pretty much got all of them, right? Yeah. So what is your pride and joy? One comic book you worked on, you go, wow, well, this is the one I love.
Well, I created a comic called Let's Play Detective, which they reprint. Marvel reprints today in their hot magazines. They reprint a lot of my work. And what can I say? But Captain America has to be the comic book hero of today. I think he outbeats Superman. And he's just doing great for Marvel, and what can I say?
Yes, thank you so much for spending a few minutes. I know you got a whole bunch of people here.
Well, I got a little drawing to do, but can I say, give America a message?
Go ahead.
Let's be nice to each other. We cannot be everybody's friend, but let's try. And above all, let's make America great again. For your children, my children, and all America's children. Let them come back safe from them all. Thank you all, America. God bless America. And thank you for stopping by my table.
No, thank you for letting me come back here in the back of the table. I appreciate that. Everybody lives like Captain America will be good. Okay.
I like to give you a drawing.
Well, thank you so much.
Hello, this is Morgan Lofting, and I play the Baroness, and you're going to listen to Your Nerd Side.
That was a legendary interview with Alan Bellman. Hey, we've got a lot more interviews, and if you missed past interviews, you can always go to the website, yournerdside.com. Got all the interviews edited up, and it's right there on the left side of the page. All right, so I thought we'd bring in a little list, and we've got some 15 topics I want to talk about. Well, actually, the 15 weirdest cartoon villains from the 80s and 90s. Oh, my God. You guys might agree with this or you disagree. And remember, always chime in. Feel free to do it on social media, Twitter, whatever you want. Okay, so we look back at the 80s and 90s. There's cartoons that we saw. Some we liked, some we didn't like. Off the top of my head, one I didn't like was...
Ooh. Come on, top of your head.
The Mr. T cartoon. It was so bad.
Mr. T?
I hated Mr. T.
But didn't it make you smile when you saw him on the screen?
No, I didn't. Not at all. I never liked Mr. T. I just pitied the fool. Okay, so we're going to start off with the type 15. All right, Anna, you want to get number 15? Do you know who this gentleman is?
Oh, Gargamel, who has come back to the silver screen.
They ruined him in the last cartoon, though. Was it a cartoon or CGI still?
No, it was a cartoon. No,
it was CGI. The last one we saw in the movie theater?
Yeah, that was a cartoon.
Was it a cartoon or CGI?
No, you're thinking about the second to the last
one. The one where they had Doogie
CGI. That was terrible.
And
the last one of the
last
Smurfs.
one we just saw, what's his name, from Rainn Wilson from The Office. He was playing...
Yeah, he was all right. His voice wasn't it.
No, he was good in, Megamind, when he played the villain in Megamind. That's when he was good. Very, very. Do you remember Megamind?
No.
Are you kidding me? Brad Pitt was a superhero?
Okay, I do have 4 children. Sorry.
All right. Well, anyway, our number 15 of the weirdest.
Oh, I like this
weirdest
one.
cartoon villains.
You loved
Gargamel.
him. You have that toy.
I hated Gargamel.
I'm not Gargamel. I'm talking about number 14.
Oh, we're going to number 14 now?
Are we still talking about Gargamel?
I was talking about Gargamel.
He's a little bit of the cat was smarter than him.
That's true. Number 14 of the villains, the weirdest villains of the 80s, Skeletor. Now, from He-Man and Masters Universe, what the hell was Skeletor? How the hell is he living if he's a skeleton? Number 2, if he pulls back the helmet or his cloak, does he have a brain in his helmet? People want to know this, honestly, he's evil and ruthless, and he's got all these powers, and he doesn't beat them, and sometimes he turns good during the Christmas specials. What's up with that?
So number 13, do I need a comment? I think I said enough about it, right?
You just don't like Skeletor? I actually like Skeletor.
I do.
I love Skeletor.
I grew up with that show. I loved it.
No, you didn't watch that show. Do you know what show she watched? You watched She-Ra.
I watched both of them.
Okay, first off, She-Ra.
I'm not gender sexist.
She-Ra ruined the franchise. First off.
No, it wasn't She-Ra. It was all her little creature friends.
The creatures were horrible.
It was not She-Ra.
And the chick with the hat that went too low, she looked like she was in the Fat Albert gang.
No.
Had the baroom. She's all, hey, you doing, She-Ra? Do you know what I'm talking about? The guy from Fat Albert.
I do know, but it wasn't She-Ra's fault. It was all the creator.
The way she held the sword. By the Fauna of Grayskull. And a little spin came out and she turned to She-Ra.
No, it was forceful.
No, forceful.
Yes.
Okay,
you have to play it.
So first off, Prince Adam, played Adam played off a big buff guy. I'm not trying to be mean.
I'm going to go right now.
He did look like he was from the Castro, very feminine. He had a pink shirt, pink pants.
Adam was too much.
He was very feminine. And he goes,
Adam was too much.
And then he would try to show it like he was strong. The dude was ripped. And I'm like, come on, Adam, do something.
So wait a minute. So wasn't both series? I mean, think of the Christmas special.
Oh, the Christmas special. That goes right up there with Star Wars, George Lucas's Christmas special.
Oh, my God.
The worst freaking thing in the world.
It does.
The Christmas special was horrible. But I did stay up late to watch it. Because it was cartoons. When you remember, and this is for the older
late.
crowd.
It wasn't on. The Christmas special was
8 o'clock at night. Yeah. That was late for me. My bedtime was 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so. I think what's disappointing is how badly Mattel made She-Ra as a doll. It's like, come on.
Oh, her hair is horrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
Should have just been plastic straight down like He-Man. Straight up. Remember his hair? I used to smash his face once in a while, and he looked like he gained weight. It was so funny. All right, but anyway, to get back to it, the Christmas one ruined the franchise. Totally ruined it. We were in a different era then. We couldn't have Cartoon Network 24/7.
No, that's right.
It was no. I mean, how many?
You appreciated everything you can get.
There was how many stations were there? Now.
Oh, now?
There's
hundreds.
7 or 8 cartoon stations.
Oh,
Nick at Night, Nick Jr., Nick.
So we grew up with literally 8 or 7 channels total.
And it was UHF and VHF. That was it.
Or Beta.
Beta.
Don't forget Beta.
Change the channel. So you would you would have to get up Saturday mornings to watch cartoons.
I'm sorry, I'm defending She-Ra. Right, I'm looking at her right now. Wish I could play the YouTube. You got to put it on audio. She does not look like a pussy like Adam does. Okay, I'm going to replay it. I don't know what you're tripping about. Wait.
For the honor of Grayskull.
There, she looks forceful.
Oh,
she came out.
I thought it was right in front of her.
Yeah, hello. No, just because she has a vagina. That's why you're thinking that. And that vagina does not smell.
But her voice was horrible.
Okay, Adam's the worst. Okay, compare the two.
Hey, Cringer, what's going on, Cringer?
You gotta say someone bad as Adam.
Yeah, I just remember that. I said, God, I want to punch Adam in the face. And he's so buff, he'd probably go, oh, stop, I got to get my sword.
Discriminating.
As soon as he lifted the sword, he changed like this.
By the power of Grayskull.
So, Skeletor, we're going back about him. Not He-Man. He is one of the weirdest cartoon villains for the 80s and 90s. And the people he hung out with, I think, made him a little weird too, Skeletor.
No, well...
Beastman. Who hangs out with the hairy dude?
No, I mean, I think...
Mermaid Man.
Yes, that was
Trapjaw. Clawful. He came
but
out
you
later.
love Trapjaw.
Trapjaw was dope, dude.
Yeah, see? Don't tell me.
Oh, he's so weird, a little bit crazy. I love Trapjaw.
And then somebody messes with Trapjaw, he goes, rah, and you start chopping off their... And the worst guy was Ram Man.
Oh, yeah, Ram Man.
They were just getting desperate. There's a list I found.
How many of those dolls do you have?
All of them still.
That's right.
So downstairs, and I haven't printed it up yet, it's in my studio, I have the worst toys of the 80s and 90s that came out.
Ooh.
So there is ones from G.I. Joe. Oh, dude, if I told you some of the G.I., they were like desperate. They're like, what are we going to do? We're in corporate offices. I don't know. We have nothing. Look on the ground. They're all like, there's a stove. The stove, G.I. Joe. They ran out of ideas, and they were just throwing stuff together. So I have He-Man, the worst ones that came out, and they were doing a contest. I forgot. Okay, real fast before we continue on. He-Man was doing a contest in the 80s. It came out 86, and you got to pick. They were looking for new characters, and if you picked one, you drew it.
You didn't participate?
I did participate.
You did.
So my mom's...
If you don't know, Mr. Fonseca here has taken art classes before.
But I cheated a little bit on this contest.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom...
You traced it?
My mom's secretary was Filipino, went to the Philippines for vacation.
Mm-hmm.
He brought me back comic books from the Philippines. Mm-hmm. And he took pictures of them and showed me. Some of the characters amazing.
You're being like a typical white man
He had
now.
an elephant guy that turned into an elephant, and his ears would get big and he'd fly. Sent that in.
Wait, didn't they have a character like that?
No. Then I drew another one that was a bee. This was from there. He was called Buzz. And then all of a sudden, I'm walking through ceremony, which is a mall up here with my grandma, and I'm like, that's the one I drew. Swear to God, true story. I bought it. It's downstairs. There's a bumblebee from He-Man. It looks like the one I drew, but they gave it to somebody else. So they make it. You got paid, and you got part of the profits. All right. Continue on the list.
Number 13, from Skeletor to the drag queen devil, him from the Powerpuff Girls.
Did you watch Powerpuff Girls
Hell
or no?
No.
See, I used to work at the Warner Brothers store. And I used to fold shirts at the Warner Brothers store back in the day because I just wanted to get the sales and all that stuff. So behind me, they had those big screens, and they would show like movies, and I'd watch the Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter was up there, but I'd watch the Powerpuff Girls up there. And it was so cool. And then it shows Superman.
How's it cool? It went over. It's like the same cells they were doing over and over again. There's no creativity to it.
But they were girls. But it's always got to be guys, to you, right? Just like She-Ra.
No, but they weren't powerful. Like,
All right, what's the next one? Number 12.
That's you.
Number 12, because I want to do this one.
Number 12, Dr. Claw. Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. Can we hear the music, please? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dr. Claw, who we never saw his face.
No.
Never. Ever saw
in the live-action movie.
No, we did.
We did? Oh, I apologize.
It's the guy from...
I fell asleep in that movie.
It was the good-looking guy who played in... you should know.
What guy's not good-looking?
He had a scar right here, and he played in those movies, and he was a prostitute guy, and he did all these movies.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay. Well, Dr. Claw, ruthless terrorist leader who plots to take over the world every week. It's always taken over. But what is really weird is all his what do you call them, flunkies? Always get done in, not by Gadget, but a dog. And a 14-year-old girl has a book, and she was thinking about the future. I think Apple watched Inspector Gadget a lot because they got the Apple Pad. That was originally Penny's idea.
Oh, no, I think it's Rupert Everett. No,
yeah,
Rupert Everett. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Okay, you mean about someone else from Street Fighter.
No. This guy, he used to do all those movies.
Rupert Everett. Yeah,
Wasn't he like a date for a woman in a movie, and he was a prostitute and he bought her?
I think he was like, wasn't he in the movie with Madonna? I can't